How many people here do you think? 400?
I think 400 to 500 people here. Here at the South Suburban College Field House, Athletic Field House, a really large space.
Carol and I both got here about 5 o'clock, which is when the doors opened. I was standing in line for a little bit outside and then inside, and even outside in the cold, people were there was just an air of kind of celebration, anticipation. It was
like there was a lightness, there was a calm. People were happy to be here. They were here like with a mission, I felt like, too.
Yeah.
They were ready to like make some things happen, make some good things happen.
Yeah. And so even though there were 400 people filing in, it was so well organized. It did take a little longer to check in people.
Hi everybody, just want to make sure there's some empty chairs. Everybody, if you could please fill in all the chairs. There are lots of people still waiting to get in. Thank you.
Yeah, we went
They anticipated it took more than an hour.
Right, so the meeting was supposed to start at 6:01 and it gavelled in at 6:18. So they let those final people come in, which was a really important thing. Which was a really important thing for this event. So everybody, it seemed like, who wanted to be in the room and vote was able to be in the room and vote.
You could hear everything, even though this is a big, echoey room. There was no problem with hearing what was going on.
No, plenty of microphones, yes.
And the attorneys and the moderator and the clerk all did a good job of communicating what was happening, what are we waiting for, why are we doing this. So it was very organized.
Calm. It was very calm. I mean, except for when people, Stephanie Wiedeman was nominated, and then when people voted for her,
right,
there was quite a bit of hooting and hollering, but in a joyous, controlled way.
Right.
And yeah, it was really.
If you didn't want us to give away the ending, sorry, that's the ending. Stephanie Wiedeman was elected into the role that was vacated by Jerry Jones. So it feels like now the township can get to work.
She's ready to get to work. She said she's ready to start tomorrow. She's got a whole list of things to do, and she's really ready to dive in. She seemed really touched, honestly, by people being so in support of her. And she was giving out lots of hugs at the end of the proceedings today.
It does seem to me, if you don't mind me editorializing, it does seem to me like she is the perfect nominee for this position because she has so much experience with the township, and there is such a short window of time that she will be in office. She's just filling in until the April 1 election. So in order to get anything done, I think it is helpful to have somebody experienced who can hit the ground running and get some stuff done.
I would say of the two nominations on the floor that were valid nominations.
3.
Oh, there were 3. Excuse me. There were 3. Thank you, Melanie. It's good to have 2 reporters. She does seem like the person who had the most experience, like you said, most appropriate to fill the role. So hopefully it means good things for the township.
Right. So we did ruin the ending, but if you do want to watch the video that follows, this was just an introduction because it really, honestly, it felt good to be here tonight. It was like you said afterward. This is what our community can do. This is a truer picture of who our community is and the political process here. So it felt good to see that come to life.
It really did. That was the energy in the room. And we were here to cover it. We're glad for it.
All right. Video follows.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your patience. We're going to get the special town hall meeting of the election started. So if everyone would please have a seat. The meeting is called to order at 6:18 p.m. Can we all stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, for the record, in accordance with state statute, legal notice of the special meeting was posted in 3 public and conspicuous places throughout the township on January 6, 2025. and published in the Daily Southtown newspaper on January 9, 2025. Notice of hearing that was published, Thornton Township, South Holland Building, South Holland Public Library, South Suburban College, and South Suburban Gymnasium, Chicago Tribune, Daily Southtown newspaper, as mentioned. The state law limits active participation in a special town meeting of registered voters residing within Thornton Township, and the voter must be registered to vote in the township no less than 28 days before this meeting, which is a requirement of the township code. Therefore, anyone wishing to make a motion, second a motion, ask a question, make a comment, or otherwise address the chair must state clearly their full name and address for verification of residency. Now, we will open the floor for nominations for our moderator to conduct the meeting. So if you have any motion, there is a microphone in the middle, so everyone must come to the microphone. You must have, it must be a motion, and it must be second.
And again, we ask that everybody use the microphone so that this can be well heard by all people that are here in attendance.
Thank you, Madam Clerk, and all officials present. My name is Dan Lee. I live in Dalton, Illinois. Been there since 1989. In case there's any questions of my residency, I proudly nominate Prince Reed of South Holland, Illinois, to be tonight's moderator. Give it up for Mr. Reed.
My name is Sherry Britton. I am a Dalton resident, 14919 Wabash Avenue, and I second Dan Lee's motion.
Do we have any more nominations for moderator?
My name is Linda Terrell, and I nominate Tanika Hughes for moderator.
Yes.
I'm from Dalton. I'm 14410 Sanderson in Dalton. I lived in Dalton for 32 years.
114, you said?
Yes, I live in Dalton, 32 years. I nominate Tanika Hughes for moderator.
Gotcha.
Is there a second on that nomination? And if so, please step to the microphone.
My name is LaRonda Liston. I'm a resident of Harvey, and I second that motion.
And I'm sorry, ma'am, could you please step back up and state your address?
My address is 15306 Roby Avenue, Harvey, Illinois 60426.
Thank you.
There's a question as to whether a moderator can also be a candidate. It's stated in the rules that a moderator cannot be a candidate. A moderator is going to be somebody who's going to declare who is a candidate or who is the winner. So the moderator cannot be a candidate because you can't declare yourself the winner. Oh, a candidate to fill this vacancy, to be specific, to fill this vacancy. If you're a candidate for election at the February or April, or at the April election as it relates to the township, that does not prevent you from being a moderator. However, if you are wanting to be considered for this vacancy, you cannot be a moderator.
Nominations are closed. Can we please have a show of paddles for Prince Reed for moderator? Keep it up. I just have cameras in.
Keep it up as high as you can, please. Nice and high so we can see it.
Kia, you got the camera? All
If
right.
y'all got to switch arms, we understand, but still keep it up. You got,
We don't want any problem.
that's fine, but keep it up so we can count it, please.
All right, please put your paddles down. Thank you. No, I'm sorry. Nominations for Tanika Hughes. Please raise your paddle. All right, Prince Reed is our moderator.
Okay, so Mr. Lee, you will now be asked to take the moderator's oath.
Please raise your right hand. I, and state your name,
I, Prince Reed,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully
that I will faithfully
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duty
of moderator
of moderator
at the township meeting
at the township meeting
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I further acknowledge
I further acknowledge
and agree that
and agree that
by being the moderator,
by being the moderator,
I will not be
I will not be
and not eligible
and am not eligible
to be a candidate
to be a candidate
for the office
for office
being appointed
being appointed
at the January 21st,
at the January 21st,
2025 special town meeting.
special town meeting.
Just give us a few minutes. Yes. Somebody lost keys that has a Mickey Mouse key ring and a phone. It'll be up here. Okay, now we will, before our moderator takes over, we will now have reading of the conduct, the rules of the meeting by Township Attorney Tiffany Jawas Nelson. Or Nelson Jawas.
So thank you everybody for coming out. I'm going to very quickly read through the rules. Everybody should have been given a copy of the rules with them. They were also published on the Township website last week, and I believe a couple of the local newspapers, including the Lansing Journal, did in fact post them on their page. So I'm going to quickly read through these. Rule number 1, the meeting shall commence at 6:01 p.m. The doors will open at 5 p.m. to check in eligible electors. 2, the purpose of this meeting is to fill a vacancy in the office of trustee of Thornton Township for a term to expire in May 2025. 3, the township clerk shall call the meeting to order. After this, the clerk shall call for nominations for a moderator. The electors present will elect somebody to serve as moderator. The vote for moderator shall be by a show of hands or presentation of paddles or cards. Electors are encouraged to hold their hands and paddles up high so that an accurate count of the votes can be made by the clerk. The moderator, and this is a quote, the moderator of the meeting shall preside at the meeting, announce the business before the meeting, preserve order, and decide all questions of order. The moderator shall have the same power and be subject to the same penalties in connection with his conduct as moderator as judges of election under the provisions of the General Election Law. 60 ILCS 1/40-5. 5. Before the moderator enters his duties, he or she shall take the oath of office administered by the township clerk. 6. To avoid any conflicts, the moderator may not be a candidate for the nomination for this vacancy. 7. No special township meeting shall be convened unless 15 or more electors are present at the meeting. The township meetings, when convened, shall have the powers enumerated in this Article 35. An elector is a person registered to vote within the township no less than 28 days before the date of the special meeting. If the special township meeting is not convened because of an absence of 15 or more electors, that special town meeting shall not be reconvened unless all procedures for a special township meeting are again completed. Citation 60 ILCS 1/35-15. In order for an elector to participate in the special town meeting, Thornton Township electors must have been registered to vote at least 28 days before the meeting. Thornton Township electors shall be required to present a government-issued identification card or acceptable proof of residence within the township, within Thornton Township. Proof of residence includes a copy of the current utility bill, bank statement, government check, paycheck, or other government document that shows the name and address of the voter. 9. If a vacancy exists in the township and the vacancy is not filled within 60 days, the electors at a special township meeting may select a qualified person to fill the vacancy to serve until the expiration of the term. At the meeting, the electors may select a replacement officer by a voice vote, and the person receiving the greatest number of votes shall be declared to be elected as the officer. In order to be considered for nomination, the nominee must be an eligible elector and must have been a resident of the township for at least 1 year. 11. A person is not eligible to hold any office if that person, at the time required for taking the oath of office, has been convicted in any court located in the United States of an infamous crime, bribery, perjury, or other felony. Statutory citation 60 ILCS 1/55-6. Number 12. The nomination process requires that the person nominated shall be nominated by an elector. In order to be considered a candidate for nomination, a second must be made by another elector. The failure to receive a second by an elector shall mean that the person nominated shall not be eligible to be appointed to the office of trustee. After all nominations and seconds have been received by the electors, the moderator shall close the floor to nominations. 14. After the floor is closed for nominations, the moderator shall call a voice vote for each candidate. Only electors may cast a vote. The moderator shall announce the winner of the voice vote. If the winner of the voice vote is unable to be determined by the moderator, the voice vote will be conducted a second time. If the winner of the second voice vote cannot be determined by the moderator may require that electors vote by hand or using a paddle or card or by written ballot. The clerk's office shall prepare a written blank ballot in the event that such a written ballot is required. The clerk, the moderator, and the deputy clerk shall be responsible for counting any written ballots if used. If written ballots are used, one representative of each candidate may observe the counting of the ballots. However, if any representative of the candidates disrupts or interferes with the counting of written ballots in any manner, that disrupts or interferes, there was a typo there, as determined by the moderator or the clerk, or intimidates or attempts to intimidate the clerk, moderator, deputy clerk, or other attendees, the representative will be removed from the counting process, and that candidate shall not be allowed to replace said representative. 15. Electors shall be permitted to cast one vote for one candidate. In other words, electors may not vote yea or yes to more than one candidate. If the moderator determines that votes are being cast for more than one candidate, the moderator may require votes be counted by written ballot, and each elector shall only be entitled to one ballot. If the elector makes a mistake, the elector may return his or her ballot, which then will be labeled as a spoiled ballot and shall be segregated from all other written ballots, and such spoiled ballot shall not be counted. 16. The winner of the nomination, as declared by the moderator, shall take and sign the oath of office at the special meeting. The winner of the nomination shall also swear under oath that they are eligible to hold the office for Thornton Township. 17. If any person disrupts or interferes with the conduct of this meeting, that person may be removed from the meeting. As an official proceeding, this meeting must be conducted in an orderly fashion. Outbursts, disruptions, and personal attacks will not be tolerated. Police and/or the intervention of security may be used to maintain order or to enforce applicable laws.
Is there a motion to adopt the rules for the conduct of the meeting?
If anybody making motions or second, if you can step up to the microphone so that everyone can hear it. Thank you.
Carol Cook, 17317 South Lathrop, East Hazel Crest, Illinois. I move that the rules for the meeting be accepted as read.
Is there a second?
My name is Dan Lee, 15249 South Dante Avenue in Dalton, and I also move that I second that the rules be adopted.
Everybody in favor of accepting the rules of conduct for the meeting, respond with aye. Aye. Any opposers? Ayes have it. All right, this time we will open the floor for nomination of the office of trustee, formerly occupied by Jerry Jones. All nominations require a motion and a second. And when you come to the mic again, remember your name and address is required.
Don Core Parker, 16245 State Street, Great Village of South Holland. On behalf of Frank Zuccarelli and the previous administration, without further ado, we nominate Stephanie Wiedeman for Thornton Township trustee to fill in the vacancy of Jerry Jones.
Is there a second?
Valerie Stubbs, 14801 Martin Luther King, Dalton, Illinois. I second the motion for Stephanie Wiedeman to be nominated for trustee for Thornton Township.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ernesto Mickens, a resident of Dalton for 44 years. I'd like to nominate myself as trustee for Thornton Township.
Your address, sir, please.
14251 South Pennsylvania, Dalton, Illinois.
Is there a second for that nomination? Any other nominations, step forward.
Good evening. My name is Deborah Woods, resident 1646 Downs Drive, Calumet City, Illinois, a resident for 15 years. I'm standing here to nominate Charles Rayburn for trustee.
Do we have a second for that nomination?
My name is Pamela Rayburn. I'm at 721 East 152nd Street, Dalton, Illinois. Been a resident for 41 years, and I second the nomination.
Ma'am, just to be clear, are you seconding the nomination of Mr. Charles Rayburn?
Charles Rayburn, yes.
Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Christiana Washington. I'm a resident of Calumet City. I have nominated Carol Cook for trustee.
Ma'am, I need your full address for the record.
My address is 81 Oakland Street, Calumet City, 60409.
My name is LaRonda Liston. Address is 15306 Roby Avenue, Harvey, Illinois 60426. I second the nomination for a trustee for Carol Cooks.
Just as a point of clarification, was that Cheryl or Carol? C-A-R-O-L. Okay, thank you.
Are there any other nominations? Nominations are closed. For the record, we have 3 nominations: Stephanie Wiedeman, Charles Rayburn, and Carol Cook. Ernesto Liggins did not receive a second, so he's not eligible. It's okay. I would ask the counters to prepare. Okay, since there are people in the bleachers and just to make this really, really clear who votes are being cast for, we will open this for a voice vote and paddle. So we need to hear your voice and see your paddle when we're voting. Okay. This vote is for Stephanie Wiedeman. Can you please, if you can be seated, so that they can, and hold your paddles. We need to be able to see them. Thank you.
Some of y'all a little less vertically challenged, and people are short, people are tall, and you want to be able to see everybody.
want to do it this way so that there's no challenges. We'll have the count recorded for the record, all of that. Okay? Okay, you can lower your hands. Now we have the vote is open for Charles Rayburn.
Okay.
Next, you can put your paddles down. The next vote is for Carol Cook. You can lower your paddles. And at this time, the moderator will determine the winner. And I am the moderator. And the winner is Stephanie Wiedeman. Here, Stephanie, take the oath. So we ask that you just, everybody settle, please.
Okay, everybody quiet down, please, so that we can administer the oath.
She's not official until she takes the oath.
Okay. Quiet down so she can have something nice. I, Stephanie Wiedeman, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, and the Constitution of the State of Illinois, that I am a legal voter, and resident of Thornton Township, and have been for at least 1 year, that I have not been convicted in a court located in the United States of any infamous crime, bribery, perjury,
perjury, or other felony, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Township Trustee, Thornton Township, Cook County, Illinois, to the best of my abilities.
Are there any public comments? You gotta come to the mic and say it. Name and address for the record.
Valerie Stubbs from the village of Dalton. I want to thank each and every resident that came out and showed out for Stephanie. This just does my heart so good, and I will be at the next Thornton Township meeting. Annette Liggett from Burnham, and I want to say congratulations, Stephanie. Texas Heartbeats. Congratulations, Stephanie Wiedeman.
I love you, Stephanie. We have been working together. Didn't know it would come to this, but I'm so proud of you. And I thank you for stopping us, well, helping us to stop the bleeding, even if it's only for 4 months. We love you and we will support you in doing the right thing for Thornton Township.
There are still other residents ready to make comments.
Courtney White, 14331 South University, Dalton, Illinois, 60419. Congratulations, Steph.
Please return your paddles at the door. Please return your paddles at the door.
Meeting is adjourned.
Thank you all.
Congrats, Stephanie. This is Mama Flower.
6:53, meeting adjourned.
Congratulations, Stephanie. I feel like a dark cloud is no longer over Thornton Township.
I was forced.
Yes.
For the Lansing Journal, we wouldn't have known about the meeting tonight. So
Thank you everyone for coming out.
Thank
you to South Suburban College for holding this special
Have to otherwise happen to be
everyone.